New warriors, welcome, welcome. Hope all is well for y'all out there. Hope you had a good weekend. We're here, back with more of that Warhammer 40k. More and more I dive into this lore, the more and more I adore it, the more and more I'm excited for Warhammer. And Destiny, of course. I just came across the whole codename Apollo, and I also read into the activities they want to try and provide to, giving us a more non-linear experience, which all sounds great on paper. But of course, words can only take you so far, so I'm hoping that we'll get to see some of this non-linear experience in the coming months, and hopefully that'll shape the new saga or the new frontier for Destiny. I'm excited, but at the same time, what's this? Oh, claim rewards. Oh, what the? Celestian armor, power halberd, eviscerator. Oh, I didn't even know I got all this. Damn, okay. Let me peep this real fast. Well, I have 3 skill points. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see here. 150 max HP. What's this? Inoculator cooldown resets upon entering exposed states. Okay, let's go with this. A lot of HP. I want to be tanky though. Movement speed is also good though. What's this? Cooldown reduction. Actually, that's good. More cooldown reduction is actually nice. I'll take that too. All movement skills cooldown resets upon engine exposed state. Okay. Defense we can't activate yet. Health. What's this again? Gain plus 10 suppression per hit dealt. Ooh, Witch Hunter combat mastery. Scion sniper training. Range damage bonus, melee combat. Fast darts. Critical hits, active death cults, suppression. Okay, so we can't do any of these. At least not yet. Puritan path. Okay, we can't unlock this until much later, I'm guessing, right? Okay, this is probably much later. Anatomical knowledge. Alright, so this is definitely gonna take some time. What's this? Plus 3 suppression damage bonus to area of effect skills. Plus 7% range damage bonus to area of effect skills. Okay, let's go with this. Alright, what was in the inventory? Because they gave us some interesting stuff here. This is new. Ooh, plasma and pistol brazier. Alright, so this is obviously better than what I have on. Okay, let's try this plasma pistol this time. It's my first relic item. Yeah, this is a pretty strong weapon here. And then we have let's see, 2.6 damage reduction. This is what I currently have. 2.2% chance to release a Thunderbolt of Authority on hit taken. Reduce range damage, reduced by 4.4%. Ooh, okay. I'll take that. Ooh. Okay, okay. What else do we got here? Oh yeah, this part, neural transplant. 50% bonus damage for burning effects. Oh, burning if. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty good. Okay. Well, they gave us a lot of goodies here. I don't really care for the bolt pistol and chainsword though. That's not really my playstyle. Okay, I gotta do some cleaning up though. There's a lot of blues. But if we're gonna start hitting into purple territory, I gotta probably start deleting some stuff. Yeah, let's just start deleting. There's only so much I can do with these blues and whatnot. Eviscerator. I mean, we already have a purple one, so. Then we have a halberd. Alright, so this is definitely more melee centric. Get this green one out of here. Okay, let's try and fix some of these things up. Okay, so what's this one? This is the Dominion armor that I had. Sell value. Okay, I'll put this over here for now. Interesting. Okay. Alright, sick. So I need to actually... Is there anything that I can put over here for my main implant? Nothing, huh? No, nothing. Not right now, at least. Okay, hold on. Let me actually just, let me actually go to X. Oops. I just gotta tweet this out. Oh my gosh. James Earl Jones passed away? The Darth Vader? Rest in power, my brother. Rest in power. It's always sad to hear things like that. But I will say that James Earl Jones left a crazy legacy, that's all I gotta say. That man has done so much for not only Star Wars, but for everything. Okay, where's my YouTube link? Alright, let me do this. Do I have a photo? Or a GIF or anything? Oh, I want to do Inquisitor. There you go. Alright. That's all tweeted out. Now I can chill. Yo, what's up, Javi? It's going pretty good, brother. It's going pretty good. Just trying to get all this stuff built so I can go into battle and engage and just destroy things. How are you doing? Let me go to my storage then. Let me put this away. Yeah, we don't need all this. This bolt pistol looks nice, but it's not my playstyle, so... Same thing with this power halberd. There's too many things that I don't really use. If I can get a relic hand flamer in Brazier, I'll be nice. Oh wait, this is actually... I can sell this. Because this is a red one. This is crazy. Okay, well in that case, is there okay, is there a store? Yeah, there's a store. I want to sell a lot of these things. Let's see. Right click to sell. So we can make a lot of good cash with this. And since we have a red one, we can get rid of this purple one then. And then this blue one, we already have a purple, so we can get rid of that. This we can get rid of too. Okay. So this can go up here for the time being. Until I get an actual better one. Okay. Because I don't think I'm gonna buy anything right now. No, nothing to buy. What's this? Beta pack. Never seen that before. What is that? I guess it's nothing important for the time being. Hopefully all is well, Have. Hopefully you're doing well, brother. Hopefully you're doing good.
Your Space Marine is functional, Inquisitor, but barely.
Reporting for duty, Inquisitor.
That's absurd. For the time being, he needs constant medical supervision.
I'll talk to the Master Chirurgeon of the ship.
No, I'll stay on board. You evidently need a genius to work with your inferior.
Everything's going well? That's good to hear, man. It's good to hear.
Emperor's blessing be upon
How's
me.
Inquisitor?
I must get out of here
It's
and
really, really
fight.
good. Really, really good. I've become a fan of the Warhammer. Then again, I've played Warhammer games in the past, so it's not like this is new to me. I played the Dawn of War. I played Blood Bowl. So I'm not necessarily new to Warhammer, but I'm definitely new to this game.
Is the prisoner of the feral beasts. This tech
And
priest is
getting to know what
recommended.
getting to know about each faction and what they serve is really cool too.
How will we find them?
The beasts seem to have
This is
strong
definitely my
ties to the
favorite.
pirate clan in the system. I should
The
pay
Sisters of
some
Battle, the
visit.
Sororitas, are my favorite faction in the entire world
You can be very persuasive.
of 40k.
Vouch for that.
Alright, so investigate the pirate vessel for information on the captured tech priest. Okay, let's go. Yeah, the 40k universe is really cool. There's so much depth to this, so much lore, and I think, you know, obviously everyone's hype about Space Marines too, but I feel people are just missing out on the rest of the experience. You gotta play this too, I feel. Intel indicates that the feral beasts have strong ties to the pirate clan. Okay, let's do that. But I think if you play this first, and then play Space Marine 2 or anything else, you'll probably appreciate it more. Because the Space Marines are only one of many factions. Of course, Inquisitor is another faction, but you also have not just the Inquisitors in this game, you also have the Sororitas and other smaller other factions too. And this game is still updating. Like next month there's going to be another class added. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. I was pretty excited. But like anything with words, I always have to just be patient and wait, because you know, we can all read something and get hyped for it, but until I see it in action, until I see things take shape, I'll just maintain my faith and just say that, you know, I'm hyped for it. I like the non-linear approach we're going for, which is always nice. Them trying to go for a more like Metroidvania, roguelike type of vibe, that's always good. Like anything, we have to wait and see. But I'm definitely excited though, because I'm looking forward to like all the new dungeons and stuff, which is the one thing I've always been itching to do for so long. Is like that's like one of the main core reasons why I love Destiny. It's because of the dungeons. So I want to see what they do with dungeons. Holy guys. What do you think about it, brother? What are your thoughts from what you've read? What the heck is that?
I spit
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to address them for sure. I've always had belief in Destiny. Like my faith has never been broken with the game. I know a lot of people, especially these bigger creators, are just like, you know, some of them are quitting the game, and I'm just like, all right, well, you can quit. But the way I've always seen this, and this is something that I've always mentioned in my previous streams before, but it's like, with great change, you know, there's always going to be something different, and you have to just learn to embrace that change. You can't keep holding on to what made Destiny. You have to look forward with a more open mind, and I think that's what they're trying to aim for now, which is great. And I'm not one to just jump off the bandwagon because it doesn't adhere to what I want. Sometimes, you know, sometimes these changes require you to change, because you can't just simply hold on to what worked before, because that's what worked before. I just wish they made subclasses and abilities more dynamic. Who knows? I mean, that could very well be part of the... That can very well be part of what they're looking to do. Only time will tell, right?
But the stench won't go away that easy.
Time for payback.
I'm just hoping that they make dungeons a lot more intriguing. That's really what I hope for. I just hope that they make the actual gameplay more... just more, yeah, like more dynamic, more free-flowing. That's what I'm really hoping for. I want to be able to play these dungeons and enjoy myself.
The moment of retribution is here.
The Inquisitor must die. Smash the tyrant.
What the?
For the Emperor.
For the Emperor. Where are you at? But yeah, I just really hope that everything they're saying, they'll deliver on it. Because again, my faith in the game is very much there.
Obey and die.
I just want to see, like, I want to see new weapon additions to the game. I don't want to see the same weapon categories all the time. It'd be nice if they combine some, like, really unique ways to play with weapons, and giving us weapons that are not just, you know, this perk with that perk. Like, I want to see a little bit more variety in how we can really create our own unique sense of gameplay.
Obey and die.
So I'm curious for how Apollo is going to play out, because that seems to be the very beginning of what the New Frontiers is all about. So I'm curious to see what they'll do with Apollo,
Smash the tyrant.
because they've already given us a teaser of what to expect as far as like a new location through the thumbnails. These guys are getting smashed. My goodness. Okay, so we have more armor again. Main implant. Okay, let's see something. Oh, yeah, finally. Plus 110 suppression, range damage reduced by 4.6%. Sacred red effectiveness. Alright, this is actually pretty good. Finally, we got something better. Wait, what? Oh. There you go. Yeah, there you go. And delete this. Delete all that. What the? There you go. This one is -9. Plus 3.3 movement speed when no enemies are present within 5 meters. Oh, this is -9 quality. I think I'll keep the one that I have on. So this... And then... Yeah, I think we're good for now then. This we can take off. Alright, sick. I'm definitely excited for... Because when they mention roguelikes, that's something that I've always liked a lot. Like, I'm a really big fan of roguelike games. So I'm really curious as to what they're going to do or how to expand on that area within the Destiny world. Like, if they add that into something like a dungeon, I would be super hyped for that. Like, every time I enter a dungeon, the experience is going to be different every single time. Like, that to me is going to be cool.
I wonder what this machine does.
What the flip? Dude got smashed up. Where's it? I was about to say I heard you, but I didn't see you. Holy sensor. Oh, okay, I think I already have that. Where is the... Where's this punk? I hear... Oh, there he is. Collect all data. Have I collected all data yet? No. All I want from Destiny right now is just them to deliver. That's really all I want them to do. Because right now, at this very moment, I'm not playing Destiny that much. And it's just because I really don't feel like there's much in the game right at the moment that offers anything compelling. What the? So, I do hope that whatever it is they try to make with regards to non-linear and roguelike activities, I hope that this creates that replay value, or at least expands upon that replay value, because Destiny has always been like, you know, it's had its fair share of ups and downs, but I really do hope that they add a lot more replay value to the game to make it that much more of a compelling experience. And then of course the narrative, them mentioning that it's going to be more of a, you can do how you can kind of go about it as you please. That sounds pretty cool. So once again, I can only wait with faith. Because that's all we can really do right now is just wait. Oh. I don't want all this. Because we have intel, but... Is this something I can use? Right click to use. Didn't use anything. Well, I guess I have to go back another way? Oh yeah, here we go. I can look at the map. So I need to go... Where is it? To go... Oh, this way, alright. Oh, I missed a chest? Where did I miss that? Oh, wow, I didn't... That's crazy. Digital weapons. Okay, what else do we have here? Ooh. Okay, nothing crazy here. Oh yeah, I gotta stand in here. Forgot. I have to upload this. What the? Yeah, I keep forgetting I have to stand in these areas to unlock them. Okay, that's 2. Okay, so now I can probably go up? That's probably how it is. Are there any other areas that you're looking to, or are you excited for or want to see in the game have? Or is that the only thing you're really looking forward to, is like the subclasses and abilities? Okay, I'm guessing it has to be down south then. Where is it? Did I go past it? No, I already have this. What's that? No. I want to explore new planets, find new races, but I did like that they added a 3rd perk roll to the new legendary tiered weapons. Yeah, that is a really promising venture that they're trying to explore, which is a good sign. Like, again, they're trying to potentially, you can get 3 parts, an origin trait, and an artifact perk. Yeah, I mean that's always good. Again, I like that fact that they're trying to expand into the legendary area, because legendary guns are like pretty hit or miss most of the time. So them adding more value to legendary perks or legendary weapons as a whole is always nice, because we need more of that. It gives you more incentive to want to actually obtain these legendary weapons, as opposed to just kind of leaning always on exotics and then not really paying much attention, or not like placing enough value on legendary options. But I'm definitely there with you in terms of like wanting to explore new planets and new races. And they did mention factions being something they were going to add. So I'm definitely curious as to what factions will be throwing in there, new surprises along the way. I just want to see more bows. I want more bows in this game. I want like exotic items or class items that actually play more into weapons too, like weapon combinations, and like depending on what weapons you use, that exotic item can get a buff or whatever the case is. They gave me a lot of these things. Unlock Sacred Rite. Gain 0.008 faith per damage over time tick. Unlocked Innocular Component. Neurofiend. 30% movement speed of cooldown recovery rate for 20 seconds with a 5-second penalty. Extra perk slot. Oh. Okay. Power type Power Maul. Sacred Rite. Okay, passive. Anything else? No. I wish they had like raid tier bosses in the open world. Then you can take them down for mythic material. Eventually, with enough material, you can craft a mythic weapon. I've just always been a fan of special creatures that drop rare material, but you have to go look for them, and not everyone knows they exist. I don't know if video games can do that, but I love that trope from manhwas like soul leveling and overgeared. I think some MMOs have done that, or at least approached that in some way. I can't remember exactly like which ones in particular, but I definitely know that there are MMOs out there that have executed that, where you go out into the world and you just fight like this random open world boss or raid boss, and they drop like really rare items if you find them. So I think it's been done. If Destiny can do that, that'd be cool, because if they're trying to, create this non-linear, open-ended experience, I mean, it would be nice to have enemies in the open world or in this world they're creating that, you know, let's say you're not into raids, but you want to just have a raid-like experience. You can literally just go out into the world, like you said, and just fight this boss. And then that boss will just drop like an item that you can get if you can beat it. And that boss is going to be like extremely tough, but once you beat it, you get like a really high level item. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like no one knows, but like it's there. You know, you'd have to just discover it along the way. And they did mention discovery. You know, along. You know, they mentioned discovery as being one of the things that they're trying to aim for. So one can only wait and see, right? Okay, I'll take that. So this is why I'm always like, we just have to wait and see, because right now we're in this situation where, at least for me, I've been in this situation before where like I've read things from Bungie. Like I read a lot of things, and then, you know, along the way things change. So I can only really hope right now that whatever it is that we're reading, they're going to maintain that, because it's really easy for us to get excited and hype for something, only for it to change. Now, I'm not trying to sound pessimistic. I think it's just, you know, they did mention also, they did say in the TWAB that, you know, things are subject to change. Like they said that while all this is certainly something they want to explore, you know, things will probably change along the way. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, exactly. Yeah, cautious optimism. Yeah, like I'm definitely excited for what they have in store, and I would like to see more. But unless they show me more, until they show me more, I'm gonna like reserve my hype, like all my hype.
We do. We have the direct
like if they drop trailers and
but we don't know the location of the gang's hideout.
All these things, I'd be really happy.
Guile, then. Contact the beasts in the name of these pirates and set up a meeting.
Ambush the feral beast at the meeting point. Okay. Because right now we're still in this phase of episodes, and I don't even know what to expect from next month. So the fact that I'm still kind of the fact that I'm still somewhat in a phase of, okay, what's coming for next month? Like New Frontiers is way into the future, but we have to think about right now. And right now, outside of the episodes, there really isn't much happening right now. So they're gonna have to execute something really, really good moving forward into episode 2, The Revenant. Because I would love to see them do something. You know, it would be cool if they were to give us a taste of what to expect in Revenant, or at least the subsequent episodes. At least that way we have a greater idea and direction as to where they're going. Like just drop a few teasers here and there inside the next episode, you know? Because that entire TWAB was filled with a lot of words, man. And it gets me excited that they have like a new narrative team and whatnot. But for me, I've always been somebody who's like, you know, you can talk the talk, man, but I want to see you walk the walk too. So let's see what they drop as far as like material, teasers. Get that drip marketing going, you know, like get me even more hype. Like show me teasers of new factions, all these things, you know. I would love to see new factions, not just the Dread, but like really, really show us something fresh, which I imagine they will do, but I would love it if they showed it sooner and not make us wait too long. Because I'm sure at this point, many of the bigger creators are probably just like, they're probably just tired of like hearing the same thing all the time. So I'm sure they want to see something different. And I think Bungie has to act fast. Where the heck do I go? Okay, it is this way. Get cooked. But yeah, like you said, I really like to see a more kind of open world type of experience where, like, if you know, if you're a solo player, for example, like I love doing solo stuff. You know, that's one of the reasons why I love playing Destiny, is because I like to challenge myself and do things solo dungeons, solo exotic missions, like those. That's the main reason why I love the game, is because I want to feel challenged. So they mentioned adding more challenge to some of these modes. So I want to see what type of new challenges they're trying to offer, because if they can provide solo players with greater freedom and expression and get rewarded for that expression, I think that's going to be a really good selling point, because that's like the reason why I love logging into the game. I mean, that would be cool too. I mean, I would love if they actually were to give us a Star Wars, like literally just give us a Star Wars collaboration. It's been so long, and the fact that they're going into this new territory now, you know, they're all their code names are very space centered, like Apollo and Surge and, you know, Behemoth, like all of these very sci-fi themed words. So it'd be dope if they did give us lightsaber swords and like actually collaborated with Star Wars or Lucasfilms. That would get me super hyped.
A soul-bound warp creature protects the chest. Most remarkable. God, demon. Let's see what was so important in this chest.
Man, I just cooked that boss. What's this? Main implant again? Okay. I hear somebody walking. What is that? Oh, it's just a machine. But what you just mentioned is another example of what I'm looking for. Like, I just want new weapons. I want cool, unique ways to play the game, not just your typical tropes that we often see in other games. Like, really kind of be creative. Really be creative. Like I was saying before, like give us exotic weapons that perhaps allow for combinations of things to work, like not just like a lucky pants or something like that, but maybe give us some exotics that maybe work into trace rifle buffs, or you know, if you're equipped with a machine gun, you do like this type of damage, or whatever the case is. But just incentivizing players to play with more weapons, and then having those said weapons have their own like respective buffs too, so that further incentivizes you to use that weapon alongside the exotic class item. Holy, that frame rate. Yeah, I would like that too, man. I would honestly like if they gave us the ability to... literally give us the ability to trade. Like, give us guilds. Give us something that we can use to, like, literally, you know, keep our collections up. It'd make it so much easier too when it comes to our vault. Like, being able to just trade items that we don't need. Like, oh, hey, you did this raid? Did you want this weapon that I don't want? Okay, sure. You know? What is this? Oh, it's my faith. My faith is high right now. But yeah, like, just let us trade items. Because, again, not everybody wants to go through a raid. Not everybody wants to go through a dungeon. So why not just give players a chance to, like, let's say, create a guild, and within that guild, you can trade items with your guild. So maybe, like, there's maybe one or two people in your guild that love to do raids, and they can collect raid items for your team or for your guild, and then they can trade with you for a certain price. To go, hey, I did this raid. Okay, you want this exotic? Okay, you know, it's gonna be, I don't know, like 200,000 glimmer or something, you know? Because I would love if they kept going with the MMO route, just like make us, like, give us some cool guilds. Give us the opportunity to do that. And they also mentioned things like survival capabilities, like, you know, survival mode or survival games. Like, I would love if they gave us like a once human type of environment where we have to go out into the wild and like build like a fort or build something to stay alive, and maybe give us some environmental changes. Like, if we're out in the cold for too long, we start to freeze. If we're out in the tundra for too long, we start to like dehydrate. Just give us things like that too. Like, I would love if they were to give us a greater degree of like urgency, rather than just running around and we don't get affected by much. And that would play into the roguelike too, because roguelikes are always gonna be different. So imagine going out into a world where like the planet you're on can affect you in terms of your health, and you've got to like build a fort to survive. These guys are getting cooked. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I'm always in the realm of excitement, and I would love if
The chest was just a bait. A treacherous trick
I would
to
love if
treacherous
that
woman.
excitement were to remain consistent.
Repent.
So here's hoping that whatever it is they try to do, because I've always seen this as an opportunity. Anytime that things like this happen, like great changes within the company, I always see it as a sign of good things. I never see like these layoffs as a, like, of course getting laid off is not, you know, not a good feeling, but I always like to think that when changes like this occur, I feel like change is always a good thing for the company. It's a good direction for the company to take. A new direction is always good. It may not be what people like, but that's exactly what it should be. Like, change should always demand change within you. You can't just expect this 10-year game to go about the same way, because then we're gonna go right back to the same complaints over and over again. I'd rather complain about something new, because it's like new, you know, it's an experience. I'd rather complain about that than to complain about something we've already experienced multiple times. It's repetitive. are these guys? One enemy left. Where? Where are you? Are you hiding? You camping somewhere? What's this? Ooh, am I... What did I just do? What's all this? One enemy left. But where are you, brother? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you hiding? Oh, no. But in the meantime, though, this is why I'm playing other sci-fi games, just to keep the brand healthy. Because I think right now, as far as Destiny, I don't really have any reason to make anything out of the ordinary. Yeah, because we're in this downtime, and of course we're not going to see anything new at least until October, because that's when the new expansion, or not expansion, episode drops. So until then, I'll just continue to expand my brand, and we'll see what happens. I thought about trying Space Marine 2, but it didn't seem to have enough content for 60 bucks for you, man. You're lucky. It's like $100 here in Japan. From what I read, though, most of the content is coming down the pipeline. Like, the campaign is relatively short, but from what I'm hearing, what makes the game shine is it's like end game stuff, like all the side missions and operations that you can do. And then the roadmap contains a lot more material for the future of the game, like more PvP story, more side missions and operations. So I definitely think it's worth it. There's a lot to grind for, at least in the end game. Customization for your character. The PvP I don't really care for that much, but if they're looking to expand into the area of PvE, that's always nice. I'll probably wait till it goes down in price, because I reached out to PR to try and get a copy, but I just know how these PR teams work. They're always going to prioritize the bigger content creators. They'll always prioritize them first, so just have to wait and see what happens next. Where the heck is the enemy? Is homie like hiding or something? Do I have to go all the way back to the beginning? Because I swear this guy is not around here. I don't see him. However, I will say though, if you're looking for content, at least to play Warhammer, this is definitely a game for that. This game is on sale. It's like $10. The DLC is really cheap too. It's easy to dive into. And if you're a fan of like the Diablo style gameplay, that's always nice. But it also gives you like a lot of lore too into this world of Warhammer. Is this the enemy? I was about to say, if that was the enemy, that would be so dumb. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way back to the very beginning of the map. Because I'm like, where the heck is this enemy? Where are you hiding? Do I collect these things too? Like, what's going on? Did I go this way? I feel like I've been this way. Okay, collect this again. Yeah, I feel like I've already been here. I don't see anything new. Alright, let me see something. Tactical view. Oh, you can't really move the map. That sucks. I would have liked if I could move the map in some way. Just to see like where exactly I'm missing certain things. But I will say though, I'm noticing that we're in this trend of sci-fi games recently. Like a lot of sci-fi games are dropping with like, you know, Space Marine, Astrobot for PS5. You have a few other games that are coming out really soon that are sci-fi. Sci-fi is getting that love again, man, which is nice. That's what I want to see. Because as much as I'm hyped for Destiny stuff, I'm just as hyped for anything sci-fi. Like they keep dropping bangers. I gotta look out for them. Because if there's one thing I've learned, at least from seeing all of these content creators and all the things they're saying about leaving Destiny or whatever, there's one thing I've noticed and I have to learn from is that I can't rely on Destiny only, man. Some people have put 10 years into the game and hey, that's amazing. But then now I'm seeing these, oh, there he is. I'm seeing these same creators. Now they're kind of in a bad spot because it's like, that's all they've relied on. There you go. I was like, where is this guy? Yeah, you have to expand. You have to expand. Especially in this day and age. Maybe 10 years ago, it was probably easier to just focus on one game. Because maybe just that, you know, that current climate was, you know, that current era of games maybe allowed for it. But we live in a time now where you have to diversify. It's the very same reason why they tell you to multi-stream. You know, because you want to be able to expand your audience. Because if you're only going to do Destiny, then that's just a Destiny audience. You can't really do much else. And then the worst part about it is if you get too devoted, and that becomes a problem. Because then your brand is now far too deep into that one brand, and so when you try to venture out, you can lose your audience and potentially kill your entire brand. So it's best now, if you're still early into building your brand, now is the time to start thinking of expanding outward, because it's only going to help you later on. Active faith, stoic endurance, gain 10% reflect chance and 100% reflect damage along with 10% all resistance for 10 seconds. Oh yeah, no worries, brother, no worries, it's all good. An exposed state, gain an additional 20% supreme damage reduction and 2% HP regeneration per second. Okay. Yo, what's up, Ellie? The homie's here. I didn't even know you were here. As a consumer, I tend to go for whatever content matches the game I'm currently interested in. Rarely do I follow a creator through multiple games, but it has happened. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay, this is just my deeds. Okay, like little side things. And yeah, that makes sense too. Like if you're interested in something, you're gonna most likely follow that more than just kind of randomly going off tangent. But this is why I've always said it's good to have like your own niche. If you're gonna do something like that, it's good to just focus on a niche and then just stay within that niche. Don't go out of it. But for the majority of the time, whenever a creator deviates from what I'm currently interested in, I won't subscribe or might unsubscribe from them. Yeah, and that's a fair thing to say. Like going too far out of your going too far out of that realm you've created can be a problem. So it's like it's a you have to kind of know your audience a lot.
Have you verified the information?
Yes. We know the location.
Yeah, I never knew that you were just here chilling.
About the captured tech priest.
Excellent. Assemble an
It's always good to see you, Ellie. Always good to see you. That's the bummy right there. I get. Were you here when me and Happy were talking about like the whole new frontiers and the new era of what's going on with Destiny 2? Are you excited for that, or are you much like us, where you're like cautiously optimistic? What do we have here? Okay, so now I can actually have points. All right, so contempt, resolve, passion. Let's see here. Resilience, carnophagia, angelic defense. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go this. Yeah, I'll add some more resolve here. And let's see. Crit hits, crit hit chance, area of effect here. +3 suppressing damage bonus to area effect skills. Okay, range damage bonus. Okay, I'll grab this. But that's just my take as a consumer. Usually a creator having various games is a turnoff, and I'll often not engage. It's not fair to content creators, but it is how I tend to operate. I don't see an easy solution that works well for both parties. Yeah, I guess it all depends on the person too. Perhaps what you were saying about having a connection to a type of game and being able to bring your audience through it. Knowing your audience, as you said, but I'm usually not on board for that length of time. Yeah, I guess it all really depends on the person, right? Like, we all have our different approaches to what we're looking for as far as, like, a content creator. And I totally get what you're saying. Like, if you just spread yourself too thin, without really having something to kind of place a foundation upon, yeah, I would imagine you're just gonna break apart from that. And you were around for the tail end? Okay. I know, I definitely know what you're saying though. I know what you're saying because I've had my fair share of moments where I've watched a creator and they were once like focused on one, let's say a niche, like they were focused on like fantasy, and then over time that one niche that they created, like the fantasy niche, they started going into like not fantasy anymore. It was like a different genre. And so I was like, well, I kind of don't want to be here now because you're not focusing on the fantasy genre. Or in my previous case, like I used to be into fighting games, but now I don't really care for them that much. So that genre to me, like I don't really tune into it that much. But there was like an instance where someone played fighting games for a long time and then they swapped from fighting games into RPGs, and it's like, oh, well, okay. Oh no, of course. I'm still gonna diversify and make sure that my brand continues to stay within the realm of sci-fi. Like that's still something I would love to continue doing. Will I stop playing Destiny? Absolutely not. That's still my main game, I think, and that will always be my main sci-fi game. But I'm definitely gonna look into more sci-fi genre, or more sci-fi games rather, because I do want, like from a career perspective, it's really important to ensure that you can reach out to a wider audience, as long as you stay within that genre. I think that's the point I'm trying to make, is like as long as you're not jumping from one genre to another genre and you're confusing your audience, I think you'd be okay. But I think that's the one area I don't want to dive into, where I'm just like dropping multiple videos of different games. Like, okay, for example, like if I'm playing Destiny today and then tomorrow I'm suddenly playing Mario Galaxy, like that's something I probably don't want to do. I most definitely don't want to do that. Like if I'm going to play Nintendo games, that should be my brand, Nintendo, you know? Or like, you know, today I play Destiny and next week I'll play like Zelda. I just don't think I can do that. But you're not wrong though. You're not wrong in your perspective. I'm gonna try to stick to the looter shooter type games, and that's good. It's good that you have like a specific niche to focus on. That's I think what I'm trying to get at, is having like a specific area of interest and sticking to that area of interest, rather than be like, oh yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do looter shooter, and then the next 2 months you start playing like football games. I think that's where, you know, that deviation away from what you love is a problem. Like you don't want to do that. That will literally kill your entire audience and brand if you're like, if you're so focused on one thing and then you just jump ship and be like, oh yeah guys, I'm just gonna start playing Tetris on stream. And yeah, exactly. There's no way to target everybody, exactly. You just can't do that. Like some people are very fortunate to have the ability to play like a multitude of different games and still maintain their brand. Like of different genres. But I think it's just better if I stick to only sci-fi gaming, because that's what I love, and not focus on anything else. If I want to play Zelda, I'll play Zelda on my own. If I want to play, you know, Mario, I'll play Mario on my own time. But yeah, like Ellie said, it's just, you know, you can't really get everyone's attention. But you just gotta make sure you're not going too far ahead of yourself, because that's a really bad problem. And I've seen it happen many times too. Which is why I always say, like, your audience is really important. So what Ellie is saying is really, really impactful, because your audience does tell you a lot. Like your audience is really where you grow. Like when people say algorithm, it's not the algorithm that helps you, it's your audience. So if you know your audience, you're more likely to find greater success. The algorithm is just people who respect your decision to stick to what you decided on doing. So there's nothing wrong with experimenting, but just know that if your audience is like, I'm not really feeling that game or whatever, you have to just understand that your audience will give you a nudge here and there. Like when I made that Once Human video, and I'm like, oh, interesting. Not really getting much attention here. I was like, alright, well. Moving on. Maybe I'll play that game on my own time, but stream-wise, I gotta be mindful. Yeah, like Ellie said, that's the hardest part though, I think, of being a creator, is you really have to, you're always having to challenge yourself, but you always have to remind yourself that you can't go too far. Just focus on one area and do that one area thing, do that one area well. But when your audience starts to tell you or give you hints as to something that you probably shouldn't do, then you probably should listen. Because I've seen people who are really talented. They're like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, all right, cool. And then they just don't stick to one thing, or at least one niche, one area. Like you said, Javi, like if that's what you want to focus on, the looter shooter genre, definitely do that. Definitely focus on that. Because if that's what you love, then that's great. Because that's your audience. Your audience will find you eventually through that because you love looter shooters. Just don't go making Pokemon videos now. What the heck is this?
I have found him, Captain, but it is too late. The tech priest seems beyond repair.
Switching language module from Cant Mechanicus to Gothic. Apologies, Inquisitor. Proceed.
Thank the Emperor. I've come for you. I'll explain everything later.
To be honest, what I'm taking away from the mass exodus of long-time one-trick content creators from Destiny is that you need to recognize when the right time is to focus on a game. They all did it for many years successfully. It's not a permanent solution, but you need to know when to focus and when to diversify. That's a very good point. Yes, exactly. And I think that's probably what I'm trying to allude to. And you've basically made that very clear. Yes, like everything you're saying, like what you just said, Ellie, is exactly what I'm trying to like emphasize. Like it's timing. Like you have to know like when you need to really look elsewhere. Because they focus on D2 for years with great success. If they had diversified years ago, they may not have had that same connection to their audience or name in the game. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you kind of have to. You have to know the timing of things. Like you can't just let's say spend, I don't know, like a year playing one game that you're focused on and then suddenly just jump ship. Like at least give that game some time and build your audience around that one thing, and then you can kind of split as you go, but not splitting too far. Like I said, in my case, Destiny's not going anywhere. Right now, this is just the perfect timing because we're in a down period, and I think it's always good. What the heck is this guy? He's running so weird. This is like the perfect time to look out for other options because we're in a period of downtime for the game. But when the game is hot, you got to focus on when the game is hot. But that is a very, very good point, though. Like you just have to know when to pull the trigger and when to. What the heck? Oh. Oops. How do I get out of it? So what? Is it this way? Oh, but it's not that way though. The enemies are behind me. Whatever. Like, I'm not going to suddenly become a Warhammer streamer, for example. This is just me playing Warhammer because I like the franchise. And it's just, again, it goes into the whole sci-fi trope of what I enjoy. But I'm not gonna suddenly be like, yo guys, no more Destiny. I'm just playing Warhammer again. It's like, nah. That's like suicide right there. What? What happened? Did I get stunned? What just happened there? Did I just get cooked? I swear I had my health though. Exactly. Yeah. You have to know when that lightning in a bottle strikes, and you have to know like when to take action. No way I just died from all that. Flamer? Oh, I want that. If I were trying to find a place in content creation based on opportunity, I would like to try many different games and wait to see which one gathers the most traction. Wait for some results that feel significant, and then jump on it. Yep, that's exactly how it needs to be. Yeah, that's precisely what it is. And that's kind of where I came to my conclusion with Destiny. Because if you look at my channel, right? I initially had started with like Genshin Impact, and then I went into Honkai Star Rail for a while. Like I was just exploring different territory to see which would stick. But I always had sci-fi in my mind. I was like, okay, I know that Genshin wasn't really sci-fi. It had some sci-fi tropes in it, but it wasn't necessarily like, it was more fantasy than anything. But then I went into the Honkai Star Rail, and I was like, okay, this really isn't sticking that much. And then eventually I came what? Okay, I'm getting cooked here. I gotta pay attention. Yeah, I eventually came across Destiny, and ever since then I was just like, yep, this is definitely a game I can sink hours into, and this can be like the main title I focus on. And then if that main title is in a down period, I can just use that opportunity to try other things. Okay, I'm surprised I didn't die there. What killed me there? Did I just get one shot by this boss or something? That was weird. What is this?
The Emperor's light has found me.
Can I talk to this thing? Oh, okay. I had to lead him there. I think this is why someone like Astacross is so successful, right? You look at his formula, he'll always have Destiny as his main game. And this is kind of where my mindset is too. Like, Destiny will always be at the core of all things that I do within the sci-fi space. And then of course with Astacross, you can see that he expands his brand into multiple areas, which is why he has such a huge following. And then you compare that to someone, I'm not really about comparison, but just for the sake of the conversation, when you look at someone like Astacross versus someone like I don't know, I guess TDT. I don't want to, bring up like crazy names or anything. Not that TDT is a bad creator, but I'm just saying that, when you look at Astacross, he knows his brand. He's like, okay, Destiny 2 will always be my main focal point. He'll always come back to it, but he notices that, hey, opportunities out there. Let me reach out to my agency and get this game and get that game and talk about that game. But then everything like when Destiny 2's hot, he comes right back to Destiny. Just like with now, for example, like we're all talking about the new frontiers and the new content they're going to be doing for the game. That's smart to me, because you recognize, just like you said, you recognize that, hey, there's an opportunity. Let me take advantage of it. But I'm not going to forget where I came from, because you can't forget your roots. If you forget your roots, then you've essentially killed your entire audience, and no one's going to want to watch it because you don't really care about them. You just care about yourself. Grenade skills? I don't even have that. 3% damage bonus to area effect skills for each enemy hit. Area effect skills. Okay, let's go with this then. Ah, yes, the flamer. Oh, but this is two-handed. Nah, the brazier is still good for me. The brazier is still sick. Oh, what's this? Main implant. Oh, the quality is kind of low. Let's get out of here too. Okay. Okay, this flamer can go because I already have a better one. So this can go up here. Okay. If I were trying to find a place... Okay, so for sure, and I imagine... Okay, never mind. If I were trying to find a place in concentration based on... Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. I thought that was a new comment again. Okay. Yeah, like you said, Ellie, just waiting for the results that feel significant and then go from there. Because that's really what it comes down to when it comes to being a content creator, is you have to experiment. You have to experiment every now and then. You have to...
Captain, how is our new guest? I'd like to talk to him immediately.
It's like you kind of have to have like that intuitiveness as a creator.
Organic damage, as he puts it.
What of the remaining
But you also don't want to you also don't want to fall victim to just jumping on the bandwagon every time you see something hype. Because it means that you have no brand. You're just jumping on what's hot, but you don't have something that people can really sink their teeth into. So that's like another problem that can arise, is if you like you can jump onto something and commit to it, but if you're doing it too often without really having a solid foundation, then that can also be a detriment. What the heck is this? Deal with the remaining feral beasts. Okay. Level 19? Oh, I mean, I'm pretty close to I'm level 18, so I'm alright. Yeah, this is why y'all see me playing Destiny as my main game, and then times like this where there's nothing much to jump into, this is where I like to look for opportunities and trying to seize them when I can. And this is why it's important to do it now than later. Which goes back to what you're saying about like the one-trick content creators who now realize, uh-oh, I probably should have expanded a little bit more, because now it's hitting them a bit harder. Because times like this where you want to let go, now you're forced to like make a brand new channel because you don't want to ruin the brand you've created, but then making that new channel is extra work. So yeah, timing is so key when it comes to being a creator. Timing is so key. You have to know when to bite, and you have to know when to just stand your ground and say no. Because not everything is meant for you either. Like, not every sci-fi game is going to be exciting. I'd be tempted to create a new channel for each game, to be honest. I've done that. I've definitely done that. It's a lot more work, but it is very, very doable. Because I did it for Overwatch, I did it for Street Fighter. So I have like 3 channels. I have this channel now that I focus most of my attention on because it's successful, and then I also have my Street Fighter and my Overwatch 2 content. So I kind of have like a good portfolio. So it is doable, especially if you've created a brand that you're, again, like you're one-tricked, or you've one-tricked. I think it is good to have multiple channels in that sense. But I think if you're like a new creator starting out, I think experimenting is the best solution because you're a new creator. But if you're like a veteran or you're like experienced and you've already established your brand under one umbrella, then yeah, I don't think it would hurt to have a separate channel. Especially if your goal is to play multiple genres. Because for me, in my case, I'm not going to be playing fighting games on this channel. What the heck? Am I just walking on ice? Or just... And I agree only partially. I don't know if diversifying would have solved their struggles. I think having been one tricks wasn't a bad call. What the heck? Like I said, they did receive a lot of success. It's just not a long-term solution when no game lasts forever. Yeah, and I agree on that too. I don't think either of us are wrong. I think our perspectives are very much in alignment because there's no right or wrong way in terms of how you can approach being a creator. Because like you said, I think in their mind at the time of them making the content, focusing on Destiny may have been the best call in that moment. And because they focused on it so well, it's what helped them to establish their brand and their success. So I definitely agree on that. Because maybe during that time period of them going exclusively Destiny, maybe there wasn't any other game that was like Destiny. So there's like every more reason to invest in it because it was unlike any other game for its time. But yeah, like we were saying before, it's definitely not an easy thing to... It's not an easy thing to kind of quantify, since there's so much there's so much that you have to consider.
Let's see what was so important in this chest.
What the heck? Dominion armor. Oh, the heck is all this? Well, in regards to the hopping on the trend too often, I think I would relate that to a lack of sensitivity towards what a significant outcome is. If it's happening that often, it's not significant. Yeah, trend hopping too much is... Yeah. It's why I'm not really too keen on doing that. Like I'm... Let's just say I've learned my lesson from trying to do that on my older channels. And it's certainly not a very significant thing to do over time when you try to trend hop. But then again, that was due to my lack of knowledge and I would say immaturity in the content creation area. Because mind you, I've been doing this for over a decade. So I've been making content for like over 10 years. So the climate changes. But yeah, I think due to my lack of knowledge back then, I definitely made that error of being too trend hoppy, and then I was like lost and confused, and I earned nothing for it. It just made me more exhausted. I feel like I'm... Oh, there we go. Holy moly, what the flip? I'm dying. And I'm suppressed. Guy hits super hard. Dude. Good grief, I almost died there. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's perhaps the most important thing to take away from all of it is knowing that time to push. And that can be hard for a lot of people because if you don't know when to actually push, then you might push far too early or far too late. Where the heck is this guy? But not to worry. For my brand, you don't have to worry, Ellie. Because Destiny 2 ain't going anywhere. So... for the time being, we can chill. We can enjoy our time together. And when Destiny 2 pops off again, and they give us what we want, you know that you and I are going to be going into the dungeons. Where the heck is this last enemy? It's so hard to know where I'm going on this map. Like, everything just looks the same. I'm guessing I gotta go this way, though. I'll just go wherever the enemies were. Which were... okay, I'm guessing I'm going somewhere now. Over here? No. Okay, there they are. It's so tough to find these guys. Like, I don't know what platform to walk. Oh no. I sometimes don't know what platform to walk on. Okay, I think we're almost done here. I just don't know how to navigate this area. What the? Oh yeah, honestly, my faith in the game has never been broken. Like, the way I see Destiny is the way I see life. There are gonna be times where you're gonna have moments of extreme highs, and then you're gonna have those lows. Or the way I see it, it's like reading a book, right? We've reached a chapter in this book where, you know, the end of a saga happened, right? The climax of a saga happened, and it's only natural that after a big saga ends, there's going to be some downtime. Why? Because the storyteller needs time to cook again. I think this expectation that Destiny 2 has to always be hot is not a good, like a good mentality to have, because it's only natural that a game's gonna suffer from some significant downtime, especially after a major ending to a saga. The game needs more time to cook. So I'm always hyped for Destiny and what's to come. You just gotta wait for it. Like a new chapter is always going to have a slow beginning because you have to, you know, you're kind of building a new path. And so building a new path is going to require some time for the writers to come up with something that's special again. But to just quit because the game is in the slow point, I'm not really one to, like, I mean, hey, everyone has their own decisions to make, right? But it's like, if I love a book, like if I'm reading Lord of the Rings and I love Lord of the Rings and I'm like, oh, this saga's coming to an end, all right, well, I'll just read some other books for now until the new saga begins. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, this saga's done, guys, I'm out of here. Lord of the Rings is no longer my favorite game or my favorite book to read. It's like, what the? You spent like decades reading that book. Just because the saga ends doesn't mean it's ending. The only time I will honestly say that I'm done with Destiny is when the devs are done. If they come out and say, guys, it's been great, we're done with Destiny, it's been a great 20 years, we're gonna stop making Destiny content altogether, then I'd be like, okay, all right, time to move on entirely. So yeah, I think it's good to have D2 in the back of your mind, especially if it's something that you created your whole entire brand around. Just giving up on it just because it's the end of a saga is not really good. At least that's what I feel. Like, if I just don't see the reason to walk away from the very thing that created you. The only time I'll walk away entirely is if the game is officially dead. Like, if it was a Concord type vibe, okay, sure. All right, guys, it was great. You know, we played some Concord for a week. All right, see you guys. You know, on to the next thing. You know, on to rebranding. But to just be like, oh, Destiny 2 is dead and blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think you guys know what dead is. Because Concord is dead. Destiny 2 is still very, very fresh. It's just, you know, we've reached the end of something big, and it's only natural that people are gonna feel, you know, like, okay, this chapter ended. All right, cool. Let's just wait for the next chapter. It's hard to tell how much of Bungie is going to be left by the end of this all. I still need to see the info on Frontiers, but if things are tapering off, it's easy to see things going downhill. Yeah, and again, I'm not against people wanting to walk away from it, because granted, I've only been playing the game for what, like close to a year, and then you've got people who've been playing since the very beginning, so I can understand their sentiment behind wanting to maybe just leave it all behind, because, you know, 10 years is a pretty big commitment. That's like a marriage almost. So I can see why people would want to jump ship. But if there's one pattern I recognize, is that a game is, if a game is dead, it's truly dead. But if a game is in its downtime, it's best to not leave. Just seek other opportunities while the game is in its downtime. If there's one thing I've learned from my experience with other creators and just seeing them, is just, you know, don't just you know, call it a night. Just like you said, just keep it in the back of your mind, you know? You just never know. Because just like life, right? Things might go downhill, but if you're just gonna give up when things are bad, then did you really have any faith to begin with? Right? We marry somebody because we marry them through thick and thin, you know, till death do us part. Now, I'm not saying that you should be with Destiny till death do you part or whatever, but the point is that, you know, you've built and established a relationship with the game, and if it's been 10 years, it's only natural that over time it's, you know, there's not going to be there are going to be some ups and downs. And right now, we're in the down. Right now, we're down. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. Because it just means that I can take a bit of a break and come back when they cook. And it seems like they're trying to cook something new. According to what they've mentioned in their TWAB, it seems like the new frontiers is looking promising. You know, adding in roguelikes and making it non-linear, and you know, this sounds good. But again, time will tell. I wanted to ask you, has the YouTube algorithm been acting funny for you the last few weeks? Yeah, it's just because people are, like, students are back in school, and this is a common theme amongst YouTube, that during the months of like August through October, or just in these particular months, this period of time, viewer count, it goes down significantly because a lot of the audience are like students, college students, high school students, so they're probably back in school, which is why they're probably not watching as often compared to, let's say, summer or the earlier periods of the season, like spring. Right now, people are going back into school, so their focus is probably on their studies. It's happened to me so many times on my other channels, where like March through July, I was popping off, cooking. And then come August through October, I'm like, wait a minute. My audience is generally 24 to 34-year-old males, but maybe they have kids and they're getting ready for school. Yeah. There's likely a lot of different variables, but that's generally what happens, is that when this back to school season begins, typically views tend to go down. But in the summer, spring periods, like March through July, viewership just goes up like crazy, because I guess people have more time on their hands. Because like for example, like when I was doing Destiny, and I still am, but when I started Destiny back in, I think it was late December, January, I made one video. And that video, to this day, is still one of my highest videos on the channel. Close to like 10,000 views or whatever. And that's what helped my channel to grow. It was just that one video. And it happened in a time period where people were just at home. Like January, December-ish time. People are just chilling. People are more inclined to want to watch when there's like, you know, it's too cold out. And then I noticed around like maybe mid-July-ish, that's when I noticed like views started to slowly decline, but like they were still good. Like I was still getting pretty sizable views in July. But it's like around maybe mid to late August where I started to notice things. And so, yeah, August, September is usually where I see a downtime. It's not even just views. It seems like YouTube is pushing videos out to the wrong audience. Went from typically 8 to 10 CTR, now it's like 2 to 3. Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's likely a variety of different things, but I would say the main area for sure has to be the fact that it's back to school season, and this is typically a slower period for YouTube. But also, the algorithm is your audience, so you also have to ask yourself, what's my audience looking for? Am I making things for my audience? Does my audience want to watch the videos I want to watch? Or I want to make? Because that's ultimately what your algorithm is. The algorithm is just your audience. So you got to ask yourself, what am I making videos that are attracting my audience? because that's going to naturally push the algorithm to want to get more of the audience to watch your videos. So that's one thing to consider as well. Consider maybe trying to look at other topics that can attract or at least bring your audience back in. Things like that. Because, for example, like, I'll give you a good example. So I love build crafting, right? I love build crafting in Destiny. That's one of the things that always keeps me coming back. So during the opening phases of the final shape, I made all those build guides for, like, you know, the Spirit of Galanor, Spirit of Assworm, and that Galanor build is still getting views. And that's just because during that time period of the final shape, people were like, the audience wanted to see that because it was like the main thing. You know, we had these new exotic class items. They were hard to get because they were RNG. So I saw that as an opportunity because it's like, well, if I can get this before anyone else does, and I can talk about it, my audience wants to see that. And that's exactly what happened, is like, I just made videos based on what my audience was looking for. And people were looking for builds because they wanted to, you know, learn more about prismatic and stuff. And so I just took advantage of that. And then now, because, you know, Final Shape is kind of gone, it's passed on, builds aren't as predominantly popular. Like, they're still talked about, but, you know, compared to the beginning of Final Shape when everybody was just like in there, you know, that's also another thing you have to consider as well. Like, knowing when to break away from a topic is also important. So I had to break away from talking about builds for a while, at least until new builds come in. Like, if they give us more exotic class items or something in the future, like with episode 2 coming out, then I'll just talk about those again. But it's important to recognize what the audience wants. Because Mr. Beast even said it himself, that your audience is your algorithm. The reason why YouTube pushes out your videos is because it recognizes your audience, that now it wants to grow your audience. And this is the point I was making earlier when it came to, like, Ellie and I were talking about being too diverse, where YouTube now looks at your channel and it's like, whoa, you're being too diverse here. What's your audience? It doesn't know what to do with your videos. Where the heck are these 5 enemies? But always just consider that algorithm equals your audience. So when you know your audience, YouTube will figure out the rest. More reason for why to make multiple channels. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, because I've done it. I've definitely done it. Y'all can see it. It's on my channel. It's definitely a good way. Like, if you really feel like you want to just, like, branch out entirely. Like, for example, like I was saying before, like, if you're a football YouTuber and that's been your brand for years, but you suddenly just have this itch to talk about baseball, don't bring baseball onto your football channel. Just make a brand new channel about baseball, and then you can just have both. That's a smart strategy. Like, you don't want to destroy your audience who loves football and then start talking about, oh yeah, the Blue Jays won, you know, last week. It's like, dude, what about the Saints though? What about the Rams? So yes, I totally agree. Like, if you're really, like, if your idea is totally opposite of what your original brand is, yeah, make multiple channels. Like, if you want to talk about fashion, make a fashion channel, but don't take fashion and then start talking about, you know, cooking next week. Just make a cooking channel, so that way you have fashion and cooking. And then you can expand your brand in both ways that way. So you don't destroy anything. Now YouTube can look at your audience on both channels and think, okay, cool. All right, you want to make fashion stuff? All right, cool. You want to make food stuff? All right, cool. But combining them both is definitely like, YouTube's gonna be like, hi, brother. You alright over there? Do you know what you want? Where do I go? How do I get up there? I think I disagree. I think I'd rather put that on your existing channel. You can talk about multiple things on the same channel. That'll show you which audience is there for you and which people are just there for a specific topic. Your subs might go down, but they'll be much more dedicated to you. It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. I don't think you're wrong in that statement either. It's a little bit of both. It really is a strategy, because you don't want to deviate too far. You don't want to deviate too far to the point where you don't really know what's going on. And I agree, like, you want to definitely experiment and see what grabs your user's attention. But this is why I was saying it's good to have your own specific niche. That way, if you are focusing on multiple things, like let's say in your case, right, you're doing looter shooters, I would say it's good to experiment and try out multiple looter shooters and see which of those ends up being the #1 looter shooter for you to focus on. But I guess the point I was trying to make is you don't want to be like, okay, well, I'm a looter shooter today, and then tomorrow you're talking about mowing the lawn, top 10 ways to mow the lawn. Like that's the point I'm trying to get at. You don't want to deviate too far away from what your main focal point is. So like talking about multiple looter shooters is totally cool. But then talking about like too many topics, YouTube won't know what to do with you. Because you're talking about mowing the lawn today, and then next week you're talking about, you know, 5-10 shopping tips for pets. You kind of have to stick to one thing for a little bit and then go from there. And this is why I'm saying it's like it's like you're juggling so many things, right? And this is where the strategy of creating content comes in, because you kind of have to know like what it is you're trying to fulfill. That's fair. I'm the audience that's usually driven away, so I guess I wasn't very dedicated to the creator. I view it kind of like a professional relationship. I give views, they give content that's relevant to you. I usually focus on one game at a time, especially with content consumption, so I usually don't connect well with creators that are spread between multiple games. And yeah, and like we said before, Ellie, I think that's more or less like what, you know, it's an individual perspective, which is respectable. I think that's totally fine, where you have like one specific category that you want to focus on and you're not spreading yourself too thin because you want that creator to be that one thing. And that's absolutely fine. That's totally fine. By no means is that a bad thing. Because again, just like you said before, we're all different.
From the Caligari
We're all
Conclave.
different.
I am Inquisitor Helena Goslar, and I have an assignment for you. I am aware that you are conducting a highly classified investigation for the Conclave at the
Oh yeah, I totally agree. The more you can stay in a niche, the better you're off overall. But you mentioned 2 channels. I don't think that's ever the way to go.
In other words, I can't command you to abandon your main investigation.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call. Like, if
travel to the hive world of Atheon Prime and look
the reason why
case of the mass disappearances that has baffled the
reason why I say it's a
Adeptus
tough call,
in case you are wondering why you are
is
tasked with such a trivial issue, I want you to watch a highly confidential picked recording. It was
hold on, let me
made
listen to
by
this.
an infiltrator of the Inquisition, and as you will see, it proves the existence of some unholy machinations on Atheon Prime. I must also add that this recording was made 30 standard years ago. I hope I have your interest now, Inquisitor. The Emperor protects.
Okay. All right. So, so the thing I wanted to mention, because you're not wrong at all. I don't think any of us are wrong here. This is all a matter of, again, our own perspective on the matter. I will say though, that if you're like totally new to content creation, then yes, I would very much say don't make 2 channels. I would just use your 1 channel if you're new, since you're new, like no one really knows about you yet. So it's best to just sprinkle in whatever you want here and there because you're a completely new channel. But if you're established and you're doing this, that's what I guess I was trying to get to. Like if you've already established yourself on a particular niche, you don't want to take that niche and then talk about something else if you've already established your brand within that realm. This is where multiple channels can come into play. And this is where I kind of like go with Ellie in that sentiment, where it's like if you already have a brand that you've established, you don't want to just suddenly shift that brand on the same channel because you've created that niche within yourself. Like stay in that niche and expand from there, but don't just like suddenly again go from FPS genre to gacha stuff or whatever, you know. But if you're totally brand new, yeah, I this is just me personally. I personally would not make 2 channels if you're totally brand new. If you're completely new, definitely just drop whatever content you need and see where it takes you. And then once the direction is clear, then you can focus on that. Yeah, before committing to a direction that seems beneficial and significant. But my own sensibilities feel that it's cleaner to keep the topics channel separate as opposed to placing it all on one channel. Is there a significant cost to making an additional channel? Personally, I'd rather give subscribers a focused content for them to subscribe to and not fill their inbox with new things that they didn't ask for. Yeah, and again, this kind of goes back to the whole idea of if you're established, then you definitely don't want to, again, jump the gun and make content that's too far away from what your niche was. Which is the point I guess I was trying to get to, where having a separate channel for that is good. If you've already established yourself, mind you. This is just coming from the point of you've established your content already. You don't want to suddenly just shift that or take yourself out of that niche you've created. So like if you've already established yourself as a looter shooter content creator in this case, and you've been doing it for months and it's been working, then what the heck? Talk to Omicron about Uther. Omicron? Who's Omicron? Hold on, let me do this first. What's this? Oh yeah, I can swap this. I unlocked all these. Summons a swirling. Summons a whirling firestorm that pulls enemies into itself. It deals heat damage. Oh, what? Okay, hold up. Series of Radiance. So tremendous damage on hit. Divine Deliverance. Righteous Judgment. Dash. Sacred armor breaking. Ooh, this. Okay. Okay, I'll take this. I'm struggling to see a downside to making a new channel if I'm not established yet. I don't think there's necessarily a downside to it. Again, this is all really just, it's all a subjective thing because it really all depends. Like if I don't think there's necessarily a downside to it. Oh man, it's a tough one to call because if you're new to the whole idea of creating content, I personally, I don't see any wrongdoing in doing that either. I don't think there's a bad thing or a bad side or a negative rather to making 2 channels. I think the only challenge I would see is just you having to take responsibility to making sure that you can actually facilitate both channels consistently. That's the only thing. I think, again, this comes down, I think it really comes down to personal preference. That's really what it comes down to. I think there's really no right or wrong way to becoming a creator, because ultimately, what are we doing? We're creating, and there's really no right or wrong way to create. I think it just boils down to what it is you're trying to accomplish for yourself. I'm not saying I would want 2 channels. I'd want to make a new one, like a hermit crab shedding his shell. Yeah. Again, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think that if that's the direction, if one was to go in that direction, it would just require a greater deal of responsibility, because you're having to jump between 2 channels. What do I think about Astacross having videos about D2, COD, Warhammer, Sonic, Red Dead, and Black Myth all within the last 3 weeks? Do you think it's hurting him? Well, it's one thing to mention Astacross because he's already established. He's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and his main brand is still Destiny, because he knows his audience. He knows that Destiny is always going to be his main game, and that's something he'll always focus on. And because he's that big, he likely has sponsors who are contacting him, asking him to play these specific games. And so, for example, like I think his agency reached out to these companies, for example, like for Space Marine and all that stuff. But I think with Astacross, he's very established. And in Astacross, he started his brand around Destiny. That's how he became Astacross. Like, he blew up by playing Destiny mostly, and that became his main brand for most of his career. And then now that he's big enough, I think there's a certain point, right? Like, when you become big enough, you likely have a greater degree of freedom because you have an agency, you have PR teams that work with you. So it's probably easier for him to expand a little bit more outside of the realm of Destiny, or at least maybe in his mind, he wants to just be more of the variety, right? Because again, all of us have different directions we want to take with our brand. In Astacross's mind, maybe he just wants to play more variety games on top of Destiny. But let's say in my case, I wouldn't want to do that because I'm a sci-fi genre. I'm a sci-fi gaming brand. So I wouldn't want to just play Wukong and then play, a fantasy game or play a puzzle game or whatever, because then that to me would just not necessarily fit my realm of what my brand is defined by. But for Cross, I think in his way of doing things, maybe that's what he wanted to do. And again, he's such a big creator now that I think for him, he can do what he wants. Where the heck do I go? Talk to the... Okay, these are all... Talk to Omicron about Uther's Tarot. But where's Omicron? Cabal Journal. Okay, I guess I gotta go back. What is this? Merciful Agony? I have no idea what's going on. Sector View, Command Bridge. I don't know if that's across message was towards me. I think it was a general question to Ellie, but I don't know his statistics, so I don't have the info to say if it's hurting him. I can say it's hurting him with me personally. I haven't visited his channel in a while, and if I didn't frequent it just for the sake of twabs, I would be considering unsubscribing. But I haven't gone through and unsubbed from things in a while, so I'd have to bother doing that in the first place. I've done it from time to time, but in the past I've ended up making a new YouTube account that's a fresh start towards being entirely relevant. And yeah, I think this is what I think the whole point is. I think all of us are very different in terms of what we're looking for. So in Ellie's case, Ellie is not wrong in what they're saying at all. In fact, I would agree with what Ellie is saying, just because again, that's what Ellie wants. Ellie wants a creator who's very specific, very like tuned in to that one topic, and even if they go off that one topic, Ellie's like, nah, I'm good. But then there are other people who are like, hey, I like variety. I like when different games are showcased because it plays more into what I'm looking for. You know, I want to be introduced to new content because maybe it's something I might be interested in. And that's nothing, you know, bad either. So I think none of us are incorrect in how we approach it. I think it just comes down to personal preference. But then in that personal preference, if you're the creator, you just have to understand your audience more, that's all. And that's where the tough part can come in. Oh, is this guy?
As I've already
I didn't even see him.
I must find the Martyr, and I think you can help me.
Correct.
I agree, he's well established. He doesn't need a second channel to do videos on new topics, and I was agreeing with you earlier about not needing a second channel when you're first starting. So when are you saying it's a good, hold on, I can't read. When are you saying it's good to start a second channel?
It is a psychoactive set of cards. I can grant you access to my scriptorial.
As someone who has multiple channels,
So Klosterheim has this...
and I've done this before,
which led him to the Martyr? How will this help me?
According to current research, Uther Tiberius gave sets of this tarot to his acolytes to enable communication through visions.
when would it be good to start?
And if I had another set of these mysterious artifacts, I could contact...
I can't say that there's a specific time.
Only one remaining set is known to exist. Location: Vault Zeta 11.
Because there's so many different variables to consider when making a second channel and knowing when it's good to start a second channel.
Classified.
But I guess,
Location coordinates are being exploded.
I guess, though, if
I'm
you,
going to investigate the place. You stay on my ship until then.
Acknowledged. Triggering mind cleansing psalms.
I guess it'd be good to start a new channel when you've already established your first channel. So like if you already have something going for your first channel and your first channel is netting you positive results and you don't want to ruin that growth, then I would say that's a good time. Because okay, so for example, like right now we're in this period of Destiny being in a lull, right? I think now is a good time to start thinking about a second channel, especially if your first channel was predominantly Destiny content. Only because we're in a period of downtime and it's good to just make a new channel and see where it takes you. And then if Destiny 2 is hot again or whatever, then you still have your first channel to kind of help you. That's like one good time to start making or considering a new channel. But there's so many different reasons as to when you would want to make a second channel. But going back to my earlier sentiment about having two different niches, like if you're somebody who loves to talk about dogs but then you want to talk about swimming, I think it's good to have, you know, a second channel. Because if you really love dogs and you want to talk about dogs for the entirety of your career, then talk about dogs. But then let's say you're just kind of feeling like, okay, I want to talk about swimming more, keep the dog channel, but then think to yourself, okay, maybe it's if I'm feeling like my dog content is kind of getting a little bit, I don't want to say boring, but you're looking for a little bit of a shift, then that's when I would listen to your gut feeling and say, okay, let's make a swimming channel. Keep the doggos going, but you know, make a second channel because it just intuitively you feel like, okay, it's a time to make a topic about swimming. But don't neglect your dogs. Like you have to just know. It really is, again, very subjective in this stuff. You just can't capture everything, because here's the thing, right? Like if I was, and I'm not using Ellie as like the grand example, but let's say that let's say I was to try and focus on what these 10 people wanted, right? But then on the other end, you have other 10 people who are like, but New, I like when you do this. But then the other people are like, no, New, but you got to do it like this. So it's kind of like, you can't really please people. At the end of the day, like your audience is someone you just have to discover, and that'll come naturally. If people leave as a result of that, there's nothing you really can do, right? You can't really tell someone, hey, stick around, come on, just stay, you're part of my crew. It's like, you know, people grow, people evolve, people's tastes change on a daily basis. I can't really I can't tell someone to stick around, because even for me as a creator, like, my tastes are going to change, right? It's like we all eventually grow and mature, so we can't really place our emotions on what everyone thinks, because everyone thinks different. If I were to make a channel where I'm just trying to please everybody and their preferences, I'd go nuts. Because I just can't. I can't adhere to everyone's wants and needs. But what you can do is at least try to, you know, take a look at what you love and say, hey, I really love sci-fi, or I really love dogs, or I really love, you know, looter shooters, and just focus on that. And then just place your attention on that niche. And if people end up coming through that niche, fantastic. But just as long as you stay within that niche, that's the most important. And this is the point I was trying to make earlier, where you know, stay in that niche, and you can spread your wings a little bit as long as you're within the niche. Like, if you love dogs and you were talking about prairie dogs, or let's say Pomeranians for a while, but then suddenly you want to start talking about Chihuahuas, that's cool, because it's still within the realm of dogs. Like, you're still talking about dogs, and so you're trying to attract a new audience by talking about a new breed of dog. But if I was to be like, hey, I like Pomeranians, do you also like cats? it's like, what?
I'm in. Tech Priest, this might be a good time to tell me about the reason for this lockdown.
I'd also argue that Aztec's recent videos fit with Noob's prior comments about knowing your audience and sticking to a genre and niche. For Aztec, it's the high energy and action, often shooting, first or third person games. Yeah, that is true. If Aztec started focusing on baking content, it would likely be received differently. Exactly.
I suggest extreme caution.
If you have a large successful channel, it makes more sense to just try and grow the audience channel rather than making a second one to split your attention, unless you're wanting to have multiple editors and etc. Yeah, exactly, Ellie. Yeah, and any second channel would be like a side project, a drop in the ocean to pursue something that interests you rather than what makes most financial sense. Yeah. And that's kind of what I was alluding to. That's pretty much what I was trying to get at. Like, that's Cross's brand, so he can probably get away with all that, because that's really what his brand's always been about. But for me personally, anytime there is a significant... Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh my gosh, am I dying? Holy moly. Okay, I better heal. But for me personally, anytime there is a significant pivot, which is likely a questionable choice if you are already established, true, I would make a new channel. Even if I was already a small channel and just starting out, I would just keep my channel dedicated to that niche. I definitely see where Ellie's going with that, and I would definitely say yeah to that, because you don't want to make any significant pivots, especially if you're trying to establish yourself. And especially if you're already established, you don't want to be pivoting too much, because it's like you've already built a foundation. Why are you trying to build a new one? Just build upon what you already have. But if need be, you can always just maybe, you know, take a look at other avenues within that niche. But again, this is all of this is very much a subjective thing, right? I think all of us are not wrong in what we're trying to chase after, because in Ellie's case, if Ellie wanted to focus on something specific, or if Ellie wanted to make multiple channels, Ellie can find success in that, because Ellie had a strategy behind it, and that strategy made sense. And then, you know, in my case, or in Javi's case, we're not wrong either, because we're focusing on our niche and we want to, you know, expand within that niche or whatever. And then Across is his example, where, you know, he has his own little brand, or not little, but a big brand, and that's what works for him, because he's already established. What the heck is that? What is this? Oh, 27% chance to release thunder. Oh, this is at the bottom. I forgot about these ones. Yeah, change that. Oh, have I been deleting the... Oh, I may have deleted the wrong ones. No. That's fine. I think we'll be all right. This is a good conversation, though, because this just goes to show you that being a content creator is not easy. And you're always having to look for what's working and what isn't working, and you're gonna have to just like make those shifts when needed. But shifting when something isn't broken, I think, is not a good thing. Like if you're already established and you're trying to make a shift, it's like, but why are you shifting when it's already working? Maybe you're bored, okay, that's like another argument. It's like, okay, I know I'm successful, but I'm just bored. I want to just talk about something else. All right, that's totally fine too. Yeah, exactly. It is ultimately, it's timing. It really is. It's like there's really no right or wrong. It's timing. It really is timing, because here's the thing too, right? I've seen so many creators who jump on this wagon, right? Hot game comes out, right? But then that hot game doesn't change their career. It doesn't give them any trajectory, because maybe that timing was just not there. What the heck is this? Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Ellie. Exactly. Yeah. Diversifying versus focusing up, pivoting versus investing. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where the balance really comes into play. You have to know that it's really a balancing act. What you just said is exactly what I truly think. That's what makes a really great content creator, is understanding when to diversify and when to lock in. That's the sign of a really good creator, because you understand that there are going to be moments where you have to just sit there and just devote yourself, and then there are going to be times where opportunity comes at you and it's like, hey, I never saw this coming, but hey, this is definitely something I can do, and then boom, you know, that just blows you up even more. But you can never determine that, because, you know, if we all knew when our success would arrive, all of us would be successful. So this is why, you know, again, like Ellie said, timing is very imperative, because you just don't know when that time will come. So you have to just be aware. And this is why, as a creator, you kind of have to always be on, not on, but you have to always like be, not active, but like, how can I say this? You want to be on in the sense that know the climate, know what's happening in the world, or at least what's happening within your niche. That's a better way of saying it. Know what's happening and keep an eye on your niche. That way you can make better use of timing. That's what I've learned, at least from having multiple channels, is I had to learn the hard way. Learn the hard way that I have to just focus up and lock in when I need to, but also pay attention to the trends happening within my niche, and use that as a way to gauge what my next plan of action is. What the frick was that? It's about being able to recognize when it's time to make what move. Yeah, exactly. Precisely the point. Yeah. Because what we say right now it might seem right at the moment, but it might not be right at all. Right? Well, what the heck is this? Oh, that's a relic. Well, that's a relic. That's actually good. I might make a separate set then. Let's put it here. Okay, that's pure melee though. I'm not a melee guy. I'll keep it there though. But yeah, nothing is inherently wrong, but it's just timing. That's all it is. Timing is so imperative. Because you can make the right move at the wrong time. It's happened so many times where you think, oh yeah, this is it. You know, I'm gonna do it. I gotta make the right move here. And in your mind, it was the right move, but then the timing was just not good. And so it ended up costing you. And the same can be said in the opposite way, where you might have been thinking, oh, this is the wrong timing. But then it ended up being the right move. Wrong timing, but right move. And then it actually was good. So who knows? I guess the point is, just don't stop. That's the point. If you stop, you'll never know. And that's what so many creators do, is they give up. They give up when they don't see the results. That's the biggest problem. Like, if I was to give any advice to any creator, is just don't give up. You have to persevere, and you have to have faith that things will work out. If you lack faith, then you're better off just going off and doing something else, if I'll be honest. Because being a creator, you have to be locked in, and you have to have some faith in you. Because you just never know when the climate's going to change, and you have to make the moves to switch up. Otherwise you fall behind. It sucks to say that, but it is the harsh truth at times. But you can't give up. So like if views are down, all right. I just don't let that get to me. At this point, I've stopped really caring about the views so much, and more about what does my audience want? Like what's the audience looking for here? Holy frick, can you just stop? Holy moly, these guys are just eating me alive. Holy moly, I almost died there. Okay, I gotta wait a little bit till my regen comes back. Search for Uther's Terror. Okay, so I gotta... Oh, my faith is full. Oh, did I not unlock it yet? Oh, I did. Because I know I can use like a buffed attack on with my faith being full. Okay, I gotta go back and check my inventory later. But this is an awesome discussion, by the way. Topics like this are why I love to stream and why I like to make content. Because it's always good to share our thoughts and perspectives on things. The heck?
Warning. Alarm system
Search
activated.
for deactivate the sentry pillars. Hold F to interact. Oh, okay. Well, I gotta hold for a long time. Damn, they want me holding for... Oh, but these guys got time. Oh, okay. Okay, I figured that was gonna be the case. It's not an easy road. Oh my gosh. Hurry up. Hurry up. Let's go. Okay, that's one.
Sequence has been initiated. Proceed to the second sentry pillar.
Sick. Alright, that's one done. I'm guessing it's probably in the opposite side. I don't even know what those things are. I'm just collecting those orbs, but I have no idea what they do. Alright, so yeah, it has to be over here. Holy moly. This game is hecka fun though. I will say that. This game is really fun.
I hope the filtering bionics won't fail me.
Oh my gosh, what am I getting destroyed by? Flipping gas. Been farted on me. Unbreakable? I'm dying. Oh, they got gas up. Oh my gosh, I'm actually getting cooked. Break the door.
But the stench won't go away that easy.
I was dying there for a second. Oh my gosh. Okay, this gun is kind of disgusting. Like, I was trying to go for a full solar build, but this gun is actually kind of crazy. Just pure zip zap. Alright, so now I gotta do this last one.
Warning. Alarm system activated.
Where are they coming from? Every angle, of course. Alright, I'll wait till they join all together. There you go. Okay. Good, good, good. It's important to connect with others and share received thoughts. If you're only ever interacting with your own thoughts, hold on one second. My goodness.
Kill the heretic.
Holy moly, leave me alone. Where are you? Good grief. Okay, now we're done.
Second override sequence has been
If you're only ever interacting with your own thoughts, your thoughts become more real to you than the external. It's good to get those external opinions. And yeah, exactly, because, you know, at the end of the day, we're a community. And you can't have a community without unity. You know, you kind of have to, again, this goes right back to the whole topic of an audience. Like, your audience is your family almost. And this kind of goes into the whole, you know, Destiny topic, right? How, you know, people are starting to dislike it because they feel like it's kind of deviating away, but I guess the point is, like you're trying to say, like, we all have to have we have to find value in what others have to say. It isn't just about you all the time. And while it might be nice to have your own thoughts at times, your audience is what really matters the most. And listening to them is going to give you a greater sense of accomplishment, because it shows you care.
What have you been up to here, Tech Priest?
According to the records, you located
And I care.
Subject 12 Kappa. Subject broke security protocol and annihilated 99.72% of personnel, thus initiating lockdown protocols.
You experimented with this? Are you insane? The creation
What the heck is that?
of the host condemns the host's soul to eternal torment.
Initiating empathy modulator.
Yeah, 100% agree though, Ellie.
Attempt
It's a very healthy thing to have. It's why I'm always open to hearing what people have to say. Even if it's like a harsh truth that I have to hear at times, it's still something I have to take with me. Oh my gosh. Oh, did they stun me? Okay, no. Flippin' boss. Oh, he is a thick boy. And he throws globber at me. Oh, and they hatch? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm dead. What just killed me? Oh my gosh, was it the gas? It may have been the gas. Okay, hold on, let me see something. Character. Close quarters gunnery. Oh, okay, inventory, passives. I have none left. Rogue deeds. Okay, I can't do anything here.
The moment of retribution is here.
Because my faith is full. Using your inoculator. Scorched earth, flame burst. Switch weapon. Health. Suppression. Oh! I have to press O to get that. Okay. Alright, then I gotta... Okay, hold on a second. Then I gotta do that. Stim up. This whole time I haven't been stimming. Oh, I gotta be careful. I'm literally getting cooked here. I'm taking damage. So I guess I can't stand certain things. Yeah, I guess I can't stand in certain areas. Like if there's just like crap on the floor, I can't stand over there. Oh. Oh, is he healing? Is he like regenning health? Seems like it is. Where is this guy? Yeah, he's just healing. Do I just keep on attacking? I gotta be careful though, because my health is gonna go down. I can't get close to this guy. I guess there has to be something I use to take him out. There has to be something. Ah, Nurgle's postule? Ew, that's what's happening. I gotta defeat this thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I better run away. Okay, now I understand. Because I'm like, wait a minute, why am I hitting you but you're not dying? So I have to basically pop that pimple up there. Otherwise it keeps on respawning. Yeah, pop this pimple. Alright, now that's gone. Oh, there's two of them. Oh my gosh. Okay, better run away. Dude, I can't... What is that? blocking my way. Okay, I have to knock this one out. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's good. So now I can probably attack the boss. But he's attacking me now. Oh, run away. Okay, so as long as I don't get touched. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Now you're not respawning anything, are you? Edge. Let's go. Get out of here, you idiot. Uther's Tarot. Give me that.
Found Uther's Tarot. Now what?
What you have in your possession is a special tool that Uther Tiberius designed for his grand project. Psychoactive cards that can allow communication through visions.
Like the Emperor's Tarot.
Incorrect. Uther's Tarot is quite different from the Emperor's Tarot, both in symbolism and craftsmanship. But it is indeed a very potent tool.
You must talk me through it when I get back to the ship.
Yes. Oh, I see armor. I see a relic armor. Give me that. What is this? Neural implant? Give me that. Ooh, sure. What's this? 24% damage reduction. Oh, my max HP is up. Plus 13% movement speed when no damage is taken for 5 seconds. Ooh, okay. Plus 5.8 physical resistance. Plus 11% suppression damage reduction. Plus 3.9% damage reduction when there is no enemy within 5 meters. I'll take that. Give me that, boy. Oh. Alright. We're moving somewhere. What else do we have? Main implant. Okay, these are all pretty poop. Is there anything else I can upgrade? Nothing right now, huh? Passives. Nothing here. Nothing here. Okay. Alright, so this is basically donezo. See ya. No turning back. Complete the no turning back heroic deed. Sick. Alright, so this is done. Level 20. Let's go. Extra component slot on new inculators. Nice. Banner of Benediction. Okay. What's this? Expurgation sweep. Pull up to 10 enemies within 9 meters into melee range. Oh, that's definitely tethering. Also, two-handed melee attacks deal 50% splash damage in a 5-meter radius for 12 seconds. Passive. Plus 15% supreme movement speed. So you're fast and you're tethering enemies. And that's an act of faith. Which... Okay. Deal 500,000 range damage. I'm cooking on that. Alright, let's see. So faith and abilities. Okay, so what? Combat dash? I don't want that. Stoic endurance. What's this again? Gain 10% reflect chance and 100% reflect damage along with 10% all resistance for 10 seconds on activation. An exposed state. Gain additional 20% supreme damage reduction and 2% HP regen. Gain enrage tokens? I don't want to gain that. So this is tethering. Pull up to 10 enemies within 9 meters into melee range. But I'm not really a melee dude. That sounds more like a melee stuff. And I already have bolts. Maybe I'll try, because this is... An activation slows enemies within 20 meters, also gain a 25% chance to cause Thunderbolt. I mean, this is still good, though. Scorched Earth. This is also good, too. I'm not too sure if I want to do that yet. Nothing's really selling me at the moment. Cleansing Flames. Okay, I have that. Let's see. I wanted to try the Catechism. Catechism of Fire, long range. Summons a whirling maelstrom. Okay, I'm gonna use that. Maybe I'll try it on... Ooh, okay, so this one is cleansing. This is medium range. Releases a slow-moving projectile that deals heat damage over time and leaves a fiery path. This is... Summons a whirling firestorm that pulls enemies into itself. 3 seconds. Okay, maybe I'll try this with... try this one. Yeah, Sacred Immolation. Creates 3 cones of flame, dealing heat damage. If only one cone hits enemies, gain 50% range damage for 6 seconds. If all 3 hit enemies, gain 50% physical damage. Righteous Judgment. Dash to the target. I don't care about that. Divine Deliverance. Stuns every enemy within 10 meters and applies 10 stacks of heat vulnerability. Burning enemies have a 50% chance to explode. Okay, that's definitely Ignition. I want that. Give me Ignition. Yeah. I want to ignite enemies. Pure solar right now. Okay, let's do this. Battle Fervor. Okay. Yeah, alright. I think that's... Yeah, this is a refractor field. Combat dash. Okay. Alright, sick. So talk to Omicron.
Tech Priest, I have obtained Uther's Tarot. Now I want you to tell me how it works.
Research is still in progress. Insufficient data.
If a deck like this was good enough for Cloisterheim, I should be able to use mine to find the Martyr.
Correct assumption. Uther's Tarot is a psychoactive set of cards that needs a mental focus to search for echoes in the warp related to the given focus.
Wait, if I concentrate on a specific idea, the tarot will guide me there.
Define guide. The cards might show you a vision of the past, the present, or a possible future. More research needed. But the short answer is yes.
My room is getting really hot again. The temperature is rising up again here in Japan, which is lame. It went from like really nice, cool weather and rain to now extreme heat again. So I have to be mindful of that. I won't stay on too long today. I think within the next couple of weeks, things will start to eventually cool down, because I think the 23rd is the official beginning of fall. So I have to endure until the 23rd. So for now, I think I'm done with this game for now. I'll come back tomorrow and play more of it because it really is fun. But I think I'll take a break. And guess I'll jump into a little bit of Apex. Okay. So I'll dip into a little bit of Apex and then call it. I just have an itch to want to just shoot something. Okay, learning alter crypto main. There you go. X. There you go. Are there any games coming out this month or in October that I'm looking forward to? There are, yeah. There definitely are some interesting games I'm looking forward to playing, that's for sure. Of course, I was definitely looking forward to playing Space Marine 2, but the PR team didn't reach back to me, so I can't really depend on that. There's another sci-fi game coming out called Death Sprint 66. It's like this sci-fi game. It's kind of like Tron meets like Blade Runner, and it's like this game where you're racing against each other, but you're just running. Hence the name Death Sprint. It's like this. I'd watch the trailer. It's called Death Sprint 66. That game's coming out soon. Other sci-fi games I'm looking forward to, of course, whatever Dune game comes out, whenever that's going to drop. I can't think of anything off the top of my head at the moment. Space Marine 2 is the only one I was looking forward to this month. Let's play Revival. But I'll have to get back to you on that one because I can't think off the top of my head what other sci-fi games I'm looking forward to, because I played a lot of demos, but I don't know when those games are actually coming out. Like The Alters is another game I'm looking forward to that's sci-fi, but it's like a strategy type of game. What else? Lunar Abyss is this like bullet hell shooter that I played the demo of last night, which is pretty interesting, but again, there's no release date on it. What else? I guess the new DLC for Inquisitors coming out next month in October 17th. They're dropping a new class, the Hierophant, so I'm looking forward to that, I guess. And then of course Destiny with episode 2 Revenant. That's going to be interesting to jump back into. Yeah, nothing else. I don't have a PS5, so I can't play like Astrobot or anything like that. What about you though? What games are you looking forward to? I wish I could change my title or my... I guess what I'd have to do if I was to switch games on YouTube, I'd have to go offline and then come back online with the new game. That's what I'd have to do. So I guess moving forward, if I'm going to be playing 2 games on stream, I'll have to like end the stream and then just start it again. Alright, no one's playing Revival? Alright. And I guess we just play regular trios then. This character is so fun though. Like the more and more I play with Alter, the more I'm getting used to her kit and I can see her benefits. Nothing really besides Revenant. I thought about jumping into the First Descendant, but nothing about it is really pulling me in at the moment. Yeah, I tried it, as y'all have seen on stream. I tried dabbling with it, but it's just something that, I don't know, just something off about it that doesn't pull me in, like you said. So I can't commit to it. Like the game, I don't think is bad inherently. I think the game is pretty cool. It's just, it's not something I see myself playing long term. But yeah, I'm not too sure what to look forward to right now. I guess as whatever happens, happens, I guess. I'll keep an eye out on anything sci-fi though. And I'll probably just drop it in the Discord.
Jumpmaster. I'll find us a perfect disaster.
Into the fray, y'all. Let's start our win here.
Let's land there. Trust your teammates. Oh.
Everybody wants to drop hot. I don't understand.
Attention. First blood, and not the good.
I'm trying to think of games my audience would like to see. I can't really think of anything besides episode 2 of Echoes. Then honestly, I would just focus on that. To be honest, I wouldn't try to like deviate too far. Because if nothing stands out right now, then I wouldn't like force yourself to try and figure it out. Just like what Ellie was saying earlier, it's not a bad thing to just stick to one thing for now until eventually later on something pops up. Just continue to build your brand around Destiny if you need to. And then just wait patiently for something to pop out. Yo, what's up, Moise? How you doing, brother? How's it hanging? But yeah, don't force yourself to find something. If anything, I'd say let it find you. Let it find you. Eventually, it'll come to you. Oh, that's what I want. Yes, sir. Give me that bolt. Do I want... Honestly, I kind of don't care for the Mozambiques that much. If I can get like a... If I can get a P2020 up in here, dual, can I get a Kimbo's? I'd be happy with that.
Flatline here.
Just give me all that energy ammo. Hope you're doing well though, Moise. It's been a while, brother.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Ooh, a new kill leader out there to play with.
Huh? I didn't say anything.
Oops. Okay, I'll probably just do this. That way I can just get some space for my energy. There we go. Now we're good. Alright, now I'm good. Now I can go. I can dip.
Attention.
Alright, 45.
Well then.
Back tower. Can't keep me low.
Where do we go from here?
Mosey on over there.
Yo, what's up, PPG? How you doing, brother?
Half the squads are gone.
Pretty good. Sucks that Concord got shut down. I was having fun. Now I'm looking for a PvP game. Yeah, it's unfortunate that game took a turn for the worse.
Back tower. Let's charge that way. 100%.
It sucked that it just crashed and burned within like a week. That's the craziest part, is it just like died out in a week. Oh my gosh. Give me that, boy. I hear somebody.
Getting shot.
I knew it. I want to put down there.
Got our fallback plan in place.
Yeah, they're actually like...
Eyes open. Grenade.
Let's see if this guy wants to fight now.
Hold on. I'm healing.
Tossing a thermite.
Grenade on delivery.
Yeah, there you go. Block the door.
Busted a buster shield. Thermite grenade on delivery.
Enemy shield is broken.
Mind if my protector steps in?
I got...
Recharging shield.
Almost got destroyed there.
Reloading. That squad is cooked.
Okay, good. I got scared.
Picked an upgrade to give me the upper hand.
Okay, I'll take that. Yoink. Do I want this heat shield? I'm gonna take this instead.
Getting healthy.
That's good. Prevent loss of money and time to everyone, especially Sony. They gave us full refund, so basically I got 2 weeks of free fun.
Getting healthy. I'm done.
Hey, well, as long as you find something you enjoy, right? That's the important thing.
About to lose our fallback.
I already picked up the new Titan armor for the 10th anniversary event. It's just 5 chests you need to find in the tower section of the Pale Heart. Sick. Okay. I think they really dropped the ball with this 10th anniversary. So, like, what did they not do? Like, what is it that they actually... Like, what do you feel they dropped the ball on?
Get some healing.
Do I really want this any... I think I'm good. I have enough ammo for this, so I should be alright.
Kill leader eliminated.
But yeah, it is unfortunate that that the game just kind of fell and just dropped. But at the same time, you kind of have to, you know, we're talking about this before, about audience and knowing your audience, and I just think that Sony tried to do something ambitious, and they didn't know their audience. Because what Sony does well, I think Astro Bot is a good example of what Sony does really well. Platforming. Or just making like really great types of games with like adventure and whatnot. You know, like God of War, like those types of games are what Sony really cooks up. But they tried to go in the live service route, and it's like, bruh, you don't know anything about this. And they just failed miserably. We don't get any special activity, no new legendary weapons. I think there's one exotic that they're releasing later. We don't get anything in paying homage to the past 10 years. And that kind of sucks too, right? That kind of sucks. Like, you'd think there'd be a bigger spectacle for 10 years. It's like, guys, you know, we want to thank you for 10 magnificent years in Destiny. Here is like a brand new free raid or brand new free dungeon or whatever the case is. And with this dungeon comes new activities and blah, 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 you know? But they did not do that at all. Which kind of sucks.
That spot's calling to us.
That is true, though. It's not Sony, that's for sure. They do have multiple studios. Oh, what do they have over there?
Yes, y'all.
What do they have over there? I'll take this Phoenix skin instead.
Got an enticing target over there.
Dude, I love the fact that Alter can just steal things. I don't have to be close to it.
I need a knockdown shield. It helps you too.
Why? Firing on enemies. Reloading.
Oh, he's gonna fall down, isn't he?
Christmas came early. Care package.
Reloading.
Reloading.
That guy is so weak right now.
Target over there. Reloading.
I'll come back again.
Shot at. Shields recharging.
It's a free update, man, and Bungie is in quite a pinch. Again, free. I mean, I know it's free, but they could still at least put some degree of effort in there.
Enemy out there.
Free doesn't mean just, you know, be late, not lazy, but
Ready fire. Reloading. Throwing an arc star.
come out.
Being shot at.
Under attack.
My shield's losing more power.
Oh my god, my aim is bad. Aim is bad. What did my team do? How do we let them push up on us like that?
Knockdown shield here. Level 4.
They didn't have to do anything, to be honest. And why do you think that way? Why do you feel that they don't have to do anything? Do you think it's just because of the final shape? Do you think that's do you think that's their the kind of reward for 10 years? The end of the saga? Okay, we have 6 minutes. Super Bible then. Let's see if they actually let me in the game this time. Because personally, I feel like they should have done something at least more for the community. Like, I get it, you know, they're obviously not in the best position they could be right now, but that doesn't mean they can't at least try to, you know, give people more. Even if it is free, I mean, look at Into the Light. That was free, and they gave us a lot of content there. Like, is that all they gave you, Javi? Like, is it just the armor, and then that's it? I got 4 minutes to make something happen in this map. I don't think this map really favors Alter that much, though, if I'll be honest. It's interesting that we got a whole mini DLC for the Bungie anniversary 30th, but nothing for the 10th year for anniversary. Or just underwhelming amounts of content for the 10th, it seems. They promised us expansions and updates, and the 10th anniversary was a surprise. Into the Light was because of the delay. I still think they could have done something. Because what Ellie mentioned too was like they gave us mini DLC for the Bungie anniversary, but then for 10 years, 10 years of Destiny, like they could have done something. Even if there was a delay for Into the Light, it was still free content. That's still something they could have easily implemented. Well, I shouldn't say easily, but it could have been something to consider for a 10th anniversary or something, or 10 years, you know? It was the armor set, and you can earn a legend title and emblem. Yeah, I know it's because of the delay, but I'm just saying, like, they could have at least tried to give us something along the same lines. Of course, I'm not saying it's something they can just easily do, but it would have been nice if they had at least considered thinking in that direction. Because if you're going to give us a lot of content for 30th anniversary, but then people have been playing the game for 10 years, just get some armor and some change. Like, I don't know. It sounds like they're releasing a dungeon soon. Yeah, they're going to be releasing a dungeon, I think, with Revenant, from what I remember. A new dungeon is coming. That was confirmed. That was already confirmed, I think, in the previous TWAB. That we're going to be getting a new dungeon, which I'm excited for. Like, I'm hyped for that. So many people got lit off from Bungie. Oh yeah. Like, I'm not discrediting all that. I'm just saying that perhaps it would have been nice if they gave us more than what they gave us for 10 years. Now, mind you, I haven't been playing for the entirety of 10 years, but I'm sure that people who have been would have liked something more than just some armor. Yeah, let's keep playing Ultra. This is just not a good map for her. I mean, it's okay. But I feel like E-District is her best map. For sure, I agree, but I think it's asking too much. Do you want them to delay the new episode for more 10th anniversary content? No, I wouldn't want them delaying it, of course. Like, I don't think I'm asking for too much at all, really. I think it would just be nice if they just gave us a little bit more than just armor. But that's just me. Like, I'm not asking for anything massive. But if you're gonna be like, hey, thanks for playing 10 years of our game, one would hope you reward us for 10 years in some way. But like y'all said, layoffs and everything happen, so I imagine that's their excuse, or not excuse, but reasoning. Oh, I gotta give them Mozambiques.
Mozambique, shotgun ammo, shotgun bolt here, level 2.
They had years to figure something out, I feel. After at year 8, they could start throwing some ideas around, I feel. Yeah, but I guess at the same time, they would never anticipate the layoffs either, right? Because they could have planned something in year 8, but then they would never have anticipated the layoffs that would come with it. So I can understand both sides. I don't think any of us are really wrong in that sense. I think, yes, there is some degree of sympathy to have because, you know... What in the world?
Not used to taking bodies off the ground.
That was weird.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Okay. I stopped playing this. Hold on a second. Y'all are writing a lot now.
10 seconds. The ring is close.
Yeah, exactly, Ellie. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like they just missed an opportunity. I'm not saying that what they're doing is bad. Just it would have been definitely would have been good if they had, you know, taken some initiative there. To me personally, 10 years, 10-year anniversary feels bigger than 30 for Bungie. But maybe that's just my connection to the game. Part of me wants to say that that is true. I mean, 10 years is a lot of time. 10 years is a long time. Like, 30th anniversary for the company, that's all cool. But 10 years for someone to dive into the game and give you them, you know, their time and money and life, basically, that's pretty big. It's pretty big.
Reloading.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try my best to... Okay, but yes, there's plenty going on right now that would make the development logistics difficult, but that's their business in the end, in a literal sense. That is, yeah, that is very true. It is very much their business. Where are these guys?
Target landed close by.
Where are you? Oh, he's head glitching too. Again, the 30th anniversary was because the Witch Queen delay. So they had more time to prepare. Can't even see the guy's face. Oh, we got Revenant. Where are they? Oh, that sucks.
Let's go that way.
Well, let's respawn. No! All you have to do is stay alive, Watson! It's okay. More content equals more weight. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's too much or not worth it. Did I enjoy the match I just played? Why even ask me that now? It wasn't that bad. not like they were cheaters or anything. Delays always look bad. I mean, I guess in this sense, perhaps, but I don't think, if we're talking about the general sense of delays, I don't think that delays always look bad. I think sometimes delays can be good. It just depends on what the company is trying to cook up, right? I'll run Storm Point? Ugh, gosh. Well, whatever. Because in a general sense, I think that depending on the game you're playing, I think delays can be of great benefit depending on what you're trying to cook. And Moise, so you say you stopped playing when Ballistic came out? Any reason why? Were you just like bored of it or something, or? I think I see what they're saying. Okay, so this is referring to PPG. The 30th was more to buy time before Witch Queen, so it's an unfair comparison, but I think there is some merit in the comparison. Yeah, because right now, like, I'm thinking about the grand scheme of Destiny. Like, if I put 10 years into something, the sentiment that I would see from that would be, hey, thank you for 10 years. Here is like a 10-year bundle that you can purchase. Or maybe not purchase, but maybe you can, you know, it's like a new mode or whatever. Because I think what Javi said earlier kind of makes sense too. Like, they could have planned this ahead of time, knowing that 10 years was coming. But again, like I said, you know, we can never plan the inevitable. We can't plan layoffs. We can't plan what the future holds. But I don't know, just for the sake of 10 years, I feel like I would have liked to see more. Like, I think that was a huge chance that Destiny or Bungie had. And they could have definitely done something there. What that something is, again, it's hard to really say. You lost interest. I feel like now is the best time to come back into Apex, because there's so much that has changed in terms of how the game is played. Like, this new perk system and everything makes playing the game super fun. Like, I haven't had this much fun in so long in this game. I literally play this game every day. Off stream I play it, on stream I play it. It's just, what kind of trash is this? And by trash I mean, what type of RNG was that?
Champions out. Champion of what?
Kill leader appointed.
New kill leader out there to play with.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Hold on a second, I feel, something feels weird.
Optics here. Mid-range.
Something feels weird to me. Enemy health bar, ping capacity, obituaries, always sprint, auto run, jetpack control. This game like reset all of my options, and now I have to like customize it again. Colorblind mode, subtitles.
Getting a fresh angle.
Where the heck is the You know what, I'll do that afterwards. I'm like in the middle of a game.
Backpack here. Level 1.
I said looks, not finishing on the deadline is always looks bad, even if the final product would be better. Talking about the looks, not the quality.
We're already inside the next
I think you probably lost the point I was trying to get at, but it's okay. It's totally fine. I think there's a little bit of a misunderstanding of what I was trying to get at. But again, at the end of the day, I think All I'm saying is that it would have been nice if we were able to get something, or at least the players that spent a lot of time in the game. Like for me, I can't speak that much because clearly I've only been playing the game for what, like not even a year yet, 9 months. So why does it feel so? I don't know why it feels so sticky. I can't explain why this. The game just changed my settings. Last night I logged out of the game and I logged back in, and then all my settings got like erased. And I feel like this game feels weird at the moment. I was talking about PR. Oh, okay.
Launching to a new angle.
Yeah, I mean, it's again at the end of the day, it's only so much we can do.
Old one's dead or slacking off.
Do I want to go? Okay, if I can find this.
I need a hop hop. Hammer board.
Oh, dude, I really want the Volt so bad. I love Volt so much.
I need an extended heavy mag.
But I might just go full on. Oh my gosh, they're just teasing me with the Volt, man. Volt is so good. Oh, whatever. No, I know that you weren't like trying to like initiate some sort of argument or anything, PPG. Like I know where you're coming from. I'm not saying that you were wrong in your assessment either. I was just trying to come to terms with the fact that there was like a missed chance. I think that was the point I was trying to get at. Watch me find a hammer point now. Oh, do I want this? I mean, I have enough. I think I'm good. The more I keep looting, I'm just gonna want to loot more. So I'm just gonna let's leave.
My care package over there.
All right, just move. New and just keep moving. Just run. If I see a loot bin, I'm just gonna want to go back over there and look. I'm just gonna run now. I'm out. See ya. I want to try Deadlock, but my laptop can't run it well. Really? I thought Deadlock was kind of like in the graphical realm of like Team Fortress, so that they visually it wouldn't be as bad. Because if you can run Apex, then you probably can run Deadlock, no? Excuse me, sorry. Oh no, I have no. Oh no, I have no irons. I have no scopes. That's not good.
Moving to Echo for a better angle.
Can I get a scope? Can I get a scope? Not laser sight. No, man.
Setting a gate.
No. I just want a scope. Like, they have all the right things. They have all the ammo, but I want ammo. Apex and everything is on PS5. Ah, okay. That makes sense then. Okay, I thought you're the PC thug the entire time. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank goodness. Now I can play. Oh, yes, even better. Wait, no, I want this. There we go.
Never mind. I think we should go there. Echo's got an angle. Moving there.
I can't do this? Oh. This character is really interesting. This is why I like her so much. Oh my gosh. Alright, put this over here. I'm out. I gotta find a better place to hide.
60 seconds to ring.
Taking shots here. Reloading.
Beast. Reloading.
Catch the prey.
Shields recharging.
Right there.
Would I stream the new dungeon day one? Absolutely.
Enemy shield.
I'm healing up. Taking shots here.
Enemy shield.
Oh, he's broken. He's broken. I'm chasing him. Oh no, dude. Oh, we got third party. That sucks. The moment I cracked that shield, I was running in. But yeah, I would definitely stream day one. Absolutely.
Close range.
So it was them. I knew it. So it was the Rampart team and then another team. Good. That's what you get. Yes, I love it. I love the karma. Feels good, right? Yeah, that's what I like to see. Third party me? Yes. Yes, yes. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Yeah, kick the door. Yeah, cooked. Yeah, yes, yes. I love it. I love retribution. Sorry, I just got a little bit bitter there. But yeah, absolutely. When Revenant drops and whenever they announce the dungeon, I'm definitely day oneing that dungeon free, without any hesitation. Do I want an invite for Deadlock? Probably not, because I actually had a couple invites from a few friends, and I told them that I'm not really much of a MOBA guy, and I know that the game implements MOBA and shooter, but it's not really my cup of tea. I had considered it for some time, but then I was like, you know what? I have like so many other games I have to keep in mind whenever I'm playing or streaming. Who else do I want to play for now? Actually, you know what? This could be a good time to just probably call it for today, and then I'll come back tomorrow. We'll run more Warhammer, then we'll probably do more Apex on the side too, because I still want to learn this character. Like, Alter is super fun. This character is actually, in my opinion, I think this character is underrated. I think Alter, Ballistic, these two characters, and Mad Maggie. I think Mad Maggie, Ballistic, and Alter are actually really underrated characters, and they have a lot of untapped potential. Alter for sure, because I feel like her team play is so good. Am I burned out from Once Human? I wouldn't say burned out. I think it's just a game that, to me, isn't a game that I can stream, if that makes any sense. Like, that's a game where if I'm off stream and I'm just vibing and I want to just relax and turn off my brain, I play that. But if I want to play like a streaming game, I don't feel like Once Human fits, for me at least. For me, I like a game where there's like a lot of activity, like Apex, Warhammer, Destiny. Like, it just keeps me constantly engaged. But like when I want to just turn off my brain and just go into complete, you know, I don't want to think, I want to go to bed, or I want to play something relaxing before bed, Once Human is that game. Like, I can pour like an hour into it and then just dip off, kind of thing. Whereas like Apex, Destiny, Warhammer, like I can invest hours into it because there's so much to it. All these skins are kind of ugly, and I don't want to spend 1,200 right now to get this. I'll be honest. Kind of want to save. Like, as much as I love 301, like, this is so good. I love this exposed wiring. It's so sick, but I don't want to spend that. I appreciate looking out though, Moise. I appreciate you considering me. That means a lot. It really does. Like, I'm actually quite grateful that y'all reach out to me about certain things that you want to see on stream, and then it's like, oh, okay, I'll consider that. Like, this is not bad. Chained Beast isn't too bad either. Personal Touch isn't too bad. That's alright. It's whatever. Alrighty. Yeah, folks, I'm going to call it for today. It is getting quite hot, admittedly. It is now like 33 degrees in my room again, compared to what it was last week when it was like 27, 26. It was like actually streamable type of environment. Now we're getting back to this hot temperature for at least the next 1 to 2 weeks. So I won't do as many long streams this week, but we'll see how I feel. In any case, guys, thank you so much for being here. Moyes, love you. PPG, love you. Ellie, love you. Abby, love you. All y'all who stopped by today, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. You've all have been wonderful. I really loved today's conversation. It was like one of the better conversations today, I think, was talking about like content creation and stuff, which is something I really, really love. So thank you for that. My AC broke where I'm at, and I've been having to take breaks to help my computer's thermals. Telling you, I'm telling you, when that AC is gone, you're just like, all right, well, I can play the game or I can just burn in my seat. And I'm just like, you know what? I think it's good that I just take a break. Because once that thermal is broken, if anything goes wrong in that PC, that's it, it's rip. And I already know what you've been through, Ellie, with that that one instance. Can't remember, what was it again? You downloaded something and it just ruined your entire PC experience. I was so concerned. I was scared. Oh yeah, it was like I think it was during the Final Shape or something, or before that. Like an expansion just broke your PC. I was like, all right, well, I'm not going through that. I'm not gonna do that again. So yeah, I'm not gonna take any risks and just fry my PC or just fry me. So again, y'all take care. I'll see you again tomorrow, so not to worry, I'll be here. I don't know how long, but we'll be here regardless. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, when the hoverboards came out. Oh yeah, that was Guardian Games. That's right. Guardian Games is when it screwed up. I was scared. That wasn't even like... Yeah, that wasn't even Final Shape yet. That was Guardian Games. Damn. That still was crazy. Yeah, that to me was nuts. When you said that everything just completely disabled and you had to reinstall drivers, I was scared. I was definitely scared. I was like, there's no way. Because if it happened to you, it can happen to me and anyone else. So I was super careful. But I pray that none of that happens to any of you. I pray that you all are okay. And none of that happens again in Destiny. Or any game. Alrighty. Folks, I'll see you again tomorrow, alright? I'm gonna go get some brunch prepared. And I'm gonna try and cool off for the rest of the day before the sun comes out and bakes me to a crisp. So again, love y'all, alright? New Warriors, as always, you know what it is. Stay strong, keep fighting, and may the Force be with you all, always. Alright? I'll talk to you again very soon. Stay cool out there. Be well. All is well. We'll talk again soon, alright? Peace!